Hello guys and welcome to Survival Russia. So my wife and my kids came back. It means that I can head to the forest, the big forest, and that's where we are today. The first big forest trip of the season. At the moment I'm breaking a trail up to one of my campsites. It's really a bit of a job. The snow is not that deep. I mean, it's easier when there's like a meter of snow, because then all the grasses and so on beneath the snow have been compacted. Now I fall through the like 2 feet of snow or something. It's not so great, but anyway, breaking the trail is very important. Hello guys, so it's actually the second day of trailblazing, and travel is easy from the trails from yesterday. Yesterday I got interrupted, but more about that later. Travel is very easy now. But that is certainly not the case where there's no trail. It's really horrible. That looked relatively easy, which it was, because I'm trying to stay in the forest, not too much out on the fields, but it's hard anyway. It's slow. The way back is so easy when the trail is made. It's incredible, but it's just, I don't know, 10 times the work to make the trail. This is also why you see me wearing a backpack today and not the sled, because you don't want to break trail with a sled unless you really have to. But let's head on and see if we can find the campsite. I've been taking a completely different route than normal, because as I say, I'm going through the forest and I don't have any compass with me and so on, so I don't really know where I am. Of course I have compass with me. The advantage of staying under the trees is that there's not so much vegetation under the trees, of course, and also the snow falls from the trees and compacts. When we get out there, I'll plummet through. Here you can kind of see what it looks like. The whole area is just collapsing under me. That is of course because there's not so much snow yet. Only about a little less than 2 feet, about 50-60 centimeters. And then the vegetation beneath the snow is not compressed. Also a little fun note here. I thought that south were in that direction over there, and it's actually that direction. So following this snowshoe hair track. So we're principally at the campsite now. Campsite is out there. Here's my very generous firewood storage. Here's Deputy Dog. You can't cheat a dog. I headed out 1 hour before him because he was not around when I left, so I thought I could sneak off, because it's exhausting for him to be here, but he caught up with me anyway. Incredible. The rest of the kit we'll take a look at later. Now I want to clean up the side here so we can have a fire and so on, because I'm a little bit sweaty. This will most likely just be one of them Survival Russia off the wall videos. But I have some stuff with me I want to show you anyway, so yeah. Here we have the infamous ice layer. Fire is going. Awesome. Maybe you think that it's a little bit overkill to set up this big fire just for a few hours, but good thing is that it will be ready when I come back, so it's worth it. It's worth to put in the time now. Yeah, so what's going on here today? Not too much other than I said, breaking the trail. And I have a long trail to break down to the beaver dam. It's like 6 kilometers or something, but it's not gonna be today because days are really short. But as I said, I brought some things with me that I wanted to show you because my wife have returned, right? Yeah, my wife returned with the kids and so on, and that's why we are in the big forest. And she, of course, had some goodies with her. New set of trousers with warm knee pads, very important in winter. It's 100% cotton. Cotton kills! No, please don't. But of course I have my water bottle here. And some guys were asking me, actually, how do I melt water in the water bottle? So, but why don't we do that? Because I would like to have some tea, because I have some food with me also. It's not all snow that contains 90% air. It's just like a paraphrase or something like this, you know. Snow is 90% air. Snow has lots of different densities, right? Especially lower to the bottom. I just put some snow in and put it on the Siberian fire. Then I put it on the spot like that, for example. And when I melt it, when it starts to melt, I just add some more. It's pretty simple. And we of course have this ice here that we could add, of course. We of course have the German army sleeping pad or ground pad, let's call it like that. Then I have this Mora Kensbol thing here. Not that I'm the biggest Mora fan, but I'm a big fan of the possibility of this setup. It's totally awesome. I have another belt knife from an old file my friend Aaron made. It's an awesome knife. I think I actually have to do a knife video one of the days. I have a food pouch, and I have Deputy Dog over there. Not too much food, but there's some special food here we'll run over in a second. I have my mess kit here. I of course have the folding saw, you already saw that. A little bit of rope. Then I have this thing here. Some of you might know what this is. Many of you might know what it is. It is a AKM Type 2 bayonet, and I want to see how this does for an outdoors knife, to see how it performs, just for fun. It has actually been in use, and normally the bayonets here, they are extremely hard. The steel are really hard, but these have been heat treated again, so they're not so hard. So this is what it looks like. Many of you know this clip point Bowie design, you know. We have this thing for the hand here. But that's gonna go. Maybe not too bad if you need to fight with it also. But I don't plan to do any fighting with this knife here. But what's really awesome about it is that it has this wire cutter. You take the blade and put it in here. You can cut cable wire. I know for a fact that this can cut a recoil spring from an AKM. So anyway, my idea was that maybe out here it could be useful to be able to cut some things with it. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. It didn't have a really awesome edge on it, but it's not good on the action cam either, but I handmade this edge here, and now it's sort of like decent. I don't think it will ever be a really good razor sharp knife, but who knows. But it should be good for a number of applications, we'll find out. And then it has a saw back here. I'm not sure, that's what they call it, or some people call it. I'm not sure that this is actually a saw back, but I don't know how. We can see how does it work. It sucks pretty bad, but since this is a bayonet, I think it actually to inflict bad wound actually. One of the reasons I didn't finish the video yesterday was the two guys who were making a oven for me for the garage for the Survival Russia vehicle project. They called me and said it was done, and I was in the middle of the forest. I was like, we have good cell phone coverage, by the way. Very good. And I was not too far in, so I had to return and go and pick up the oven. So this actually leads me to that I would very much like to thank the 4 most recent PayPal donors. I would also like to thank the new patrons on Patreon. That is really awesome, because part of those money went actually to pay these two guys to make this oven. I could of course have done it myself. It was made from an oil barrel, but you know, since it's soon Christmas and so on, and the older villagers, they don't make too much money, so I made these two guys make it. One of the guys is an old welder. He's been all over Russia welding pipelines and so on. The other guy is a veteran of 3 of Russia's wars, and they're both friends of mine. So instead of making it myself, I paid them from the money to make the barrel, and they were very happy. So from PayPal, I would very much like to thank Manfred T. and Dalton H, James M, again James, man, you're really kind to me, James. And then Michael K. I appreciate it a lot, guys. It helps the channel more than you most likely will think. But anyway, tea is soon ready, so let's fast run over the food pouch here. We have a big slice of bread. I'm gonna warm over the fire soon. Since this is a breaking trail trip, I'm not going too far into the forest, so as I say, I don't bring everything, a big survival kit and so on, but food is always important. So here is a bag of fish, dried fish with salt and pepper. You just take it like this here. You can peel off the skin if you want to. You have some fish you can eat. It's awesome. The dog can also eat it. Then I have another kind of a natural product here. This is called Sala in Russian. I brought it with me because it's good food. It's good energizer. And there was a guy who asked me if I ever eat it. Yeah, I do sometimes. It's just fat. It's simply just pig fat. And what you do with it is you put it in a brine of salt water with some spices and so on, and leave it there for 2 days or something, I think, and then you can smoke it or whatever. But it's pretty good stuff. See? Then you have a slice like this. I keep it frozen, actually. And the good thing is it will actually not freeze completely. The dog can have this one, I can have this one. And that's what I have with me of food. It's not, you can say, super delicacies or anything, but it's what you need when you're out in the forest, or what I need when I'm out in the forest anyway. But I'll stop yapping and get some tea on. Oh. That was an avalanche from the pine. Awesome. No, the snow is not falling because of the fire. We are far from the pine now, but I've seen the pine falling, the snow falling down there and in there when I was picking up the firewood and so on. It's because the air is warming up. It's not extremely cold any longer, which is a good thing. It means that I can make some videos, because -35 and so on, it's really difficult to make videos in those temperatures. This is why I love the Siberian log fire. As you can see now, it's just running by itself. It's awesome. Only need a saw to make it. A knife is optional. So yeah, that's more or less it for today. The bayonet most likely is gonna suck as an outdoors knife, who knows. But it's always a good idea to experiment with stuff, and it's an interesting tool, so why not? So guys, thank you very much for your time. Please check the links in the description. Sub bell, subscribe, sub share, and sub like, and all that good stuff. And until next time, get out and train and get it done. And see you next time here in wintertime Russia. Thank you very much, guys.